I tried to tell everybody I wasn't the one who murdered the customer, but nobody could believe my words, not even a second. But despite of me denying everything, what I didn't know is that all the evidence was in the CCTV camera going on.
Welcome to the story time.
My name is Teddy B, and this is my worst story ever. I'm a young man born in a family of two but raised only with one parent, and that's my mother. According to the stories that I was told, my father died a long time ago, when I was only 6 years old. And now I'm 25 years old. That is 20 good years without seeing my father. And for that reason, sometimes I feel very lonely to be alone. Now, for the purpose of living expenses, my mother found me a job on a certain hotel, where I worked as a receptionist, but only on night shifts. I have worked there for almost 5 years now. The managers had gained all of my trust. But now I've forgotten that not all days are the good ones. During the day, when I am not with my mother, automatically I am with my girlfriend, whose name is Terry. But trust me when I tell you, she will be the one bringing mysterious things into my life. Now, on 14th February 2010, as usual, I prepared myself well for the night shift as usual. But this day, I expected to sign in many guests at the hotel since it was like a holiday. That night, when I was shitting at the front desk waiting for the guest, a woman on her middle age parked her car and walked toward me. "Hey, how are you doing?" She asked me, then she continued, "I want to book a room for one night." At a moment, I was freezed with her beauty. But all in all, I handled her well, and I gave her the keys to the room. But I could sense that something was very off with her since she had some bruises on her face. But that wasn't part of my job to ask her. After some minutes later, my partner joined me at the reception and offered me an opportunity to go home early on that day. Of course, I could not refuse since I was very tired too. So I told him that there was only one guest who had signed in. And one-on-one, I went straight home to get some sleep. That was about 4 o'clock in the morning. That same day at 11, I received a phone call from my boss and informed I was needed immediately at the hotel. I was shocked at the moment because he sounded very weird at the phone. When I arrived at the hotel, my first view to welcome me was a bunch of police officers standing at the entrance. My heart stopped for a moment, to my shock. When I was walking towards them, everybody seemed to be staring at me. I wondered what was happening. "Are you Teddy B?" one of them asked. "Yes, I am. What's happening?" I replied. When I was still standing there staring at them, that's when I saw a dead body being pulled out of the hotel. To my shock, it was the same woman who I had signed her in that night. To make matters worse, the police told me I was the main suspect for the murder. What? Yep, I was shocked too. I told them that I left my shift early on that night and assigned it to my partner. What partner? They asked me again. Now I was totally confused, and that's where I realized that my partner was murdered too. According to the investigation, my fingerprints was all over the crime scene. To make it worse, there was even an image of me from the CCTV walking around the crime scene room. For a moment, I thought I was dreaming. Whoever flamed me was very good and professional. But that's a story the police couldn't buy it at all. And now I had to prove to them that I was innocent. And so I had 24 hours to prove that I am innocent. First thing first, I went to check the list of all people who had checked in. Then after I left that night, that is where something got my attention. According to the records, my girlfriend had signed in that night, and the most weird part is that she booked a room next to that of a crime scene. Is my girlfriend behind all of this? I asked myself. But I didn't jump into conclusions since I know my girlfriend well and all of the times we spent time together. And so I had to go and question her myself. To my shock, when I asked her about that night, she gave me a different story from the one I know, according to her. That night she claimed she slept at her house, and that she didn't went at the hotel at all. On my point of view, her statement made me more suspicious of her. Why would my own girlfriend want to flame me for a murder?
Now I had 10 hours left before going to prison for a murder I didn't commit. Now my girlfriend being the main suspect, I started tracking all of her movements. And that is where my first heartbreak bit me. I saw her having an affair with another man in a hotel room. I couldn't believe what I saw. That's where I decided to go through the cameras one last time. Guess what? It was the mysterious man who murdered her, the one having an affair with my girlfriend. To make it worse, my girlfriend witnessed all of it. All of the evidence was on the camera. But will I turn in my own love of my life to prison? Don't miss part 2 of what will happen next.